Hey guys, welcome to Meals with the Mosses and my first ever video blog. This is my kitchen. Today we're making petite lasagnas. So, let's apron up and get cooking. A friend of mine posted this idea on my Facebook wall. Thanks, Kirk. I went to the blogger's website and checked out her recipe. Come to find out, her dinner is based on a Hungry Girl suggestion. I took their ideas and made up my own version. So from Hungry Girl to Blogger Girl to Meals with the Mosses. The recipe calls for 12 ounces of raw ground turkey. I got 1 pound of ground turkey thigh and a ½ pound of turkey breast. I got the dark meat A because it's cheaper and B because I recently read in a Men's Health email how good it is for you. Dark meat makes you feel fuller longer, has a lot of great flavor, and has a ton of nutrients, some of which can even lower your risk for heart disease. I mix in the more expensive breast meat because it is slightly lower in calories and much lower in fat. Next, 1 cup finely chopped onion. I never listen to these measurements. I have a yellow onion and a shallot. I'm using both. All of both. No measuring. ½ cup of finely chopped mushrooms. Once again, I'm not measuring. I use this awesome variety pack from Whole Foods. Pretty inexpensive considering all of the different varieties you get in 1 pack. I'll use a little more than half of this container. 2 cloves of garlic, minced. Here's a measurement I can get behind. They call for a 14.5 ounce can of crushed tomatoes or tomato sauce. I recently read canned tomatoes are bad for you, plus I don't have any on hand, so I'm using a 7½ ounce bag of tomato sauce, 1 Roman tomato I have left over from something else, and a jar of marinara sauce. Use what you've got. 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, divided, 1 teaspoon of dried basil. 1½ cups parsley and ricotta, or ricotta, or tomato. I personally feel stupid trying to sound like I know Italian, so country bumpkin me is going to say ricotta. Sounds right to me. I changed this one up too. I have some low-fat cottage cheese I need to finish up, so I went with a cup of ricotta and a ½ cup of cottage cheese. 24 small square wonton wrappers. You can find them near the tofu in the refrigerated section of the produce department. 1½ cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. I would usually say shred it yourself, but I think that'd be difficult considering it's mozzarella. And the bag of cheese wasn't too expensive. A couple of extras I added because I had them on hand. Asparagus, 5, chopped. Bell pepper, mine is orange, chopped. And it wouldn't be a meal with the Mosses if kale wasn't invited. 3 medium leaves without the stems, chopped. And for the spicy lover in my family, a squirt or 2 of sriracha. Let's get cooking, shall we? Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Warm up a large skillet over medium heat. Today I'm going to use XOXO. When it's warm, add your onions, mushrooms, and extra veggies. For me, this is kale, asparagus, and bell pepper. Push these around for a minute or 2 and add your ground turkey along with some salt and pepper. Make sure the meat crumbles and saute the mix for about 10 minutes or until all of the turkey is cooked. While this is working, get your garlic ready. My trick? I smash it like a Food Network star before chopping it to get the skin off and to help release some of the flavors. I add it last to make sure we get all the flavor without burning it. Now add your tomato products and 2 teaspoons or shakes of oregano. Bring the batch to a small boil like this and take the heat down to low to simmer for another 10 or so minutes. While the red stuff simmers, start your cheese layer. In a large bowl, combine the ricotta, cottage cheese, some salt and pepper, a teaspoon of oregano, and the basil. Stir well and set it aside. Pull out your muffin tins and spray them down with some non-stick spray. Press 1 wonton wrapper into each cup. Make sure they cling nicely to the bottom and sides for optimum filling. Now, it's time to assemble. Start with the cheese. You'll use half of the mixture on this layer. Next, put in your sauce. Once again, half the mixture. Sprinkle the tops of these with some mozzarella. Put another wonton layer. And repeat with the rest of the ricotta, sauce, and the rest of the shredded cheese. Pop these babies in the oven for 10 minutes or until the cheese is nice and melted. My guys got kind of juicy, so I put the muffin tins on baking sheets to avoid a mess in the bottom of my oven. Let these little yummies cool before you try to break them out. Cookie cooling racks worked well for me. Plate and serve. Well, that's it for Meals with the Mosses. I grabbed 2 for my plate, and according to her calculations, which I know we put a lot more vegetables in per usual, they're about 130 calories a piece. So not too shabby. take a taste for you. And that's what they do on Food Network. These are amazing. Nice and creamy. The wonton gives it a really good noodly flavor, but they're a lot lighter. All the veggies in there, you can taste it. You don't even have to put a side of veggies because there are so many veggies in the main meal. That's it for Meals with the Mosses. XOXO. See you next time.